Greetings from the Eccentric Man, and the first game of 2019. First Bolt Action game, and tonight I'm down at the Lost Ark Games, so it's going to be a bit noisy in the background. There's other people playing, but I'm going to be playing against Steve Tibbs. Steve Tibbs is from 2D6 Lodge Gaming in Cambridge, and he's also, his other claim to fame is that he is the organiser for a Cambridge Too Far. Some of you will know that that is the largest bolt action tournament in the world, and he's hoping to get 100 players for the 2019. So known Steve for 3 years, but this is the first game we've actually got to play against one another. So I'm taking my Italian list, which I'm hoping to take to Cambridge this year. It's 2 platoons infantry, and I've got an inexperienced officer and a regular officer with a mate. I've got a medium artillery piece, howitzer, and then I've got 2 units of paratroopers, so 5 men with SMGs. I've got a veteran truck, and then a veteran unit of Bursula G, so that's 8 men with an LMG, the rest rifles. And then I've got 2 regular infantry sections, and then again 8 men with an LMG. Going with that, I've got 2 Fiat 3000s with light anti-tank gun and an L640, which is in the armoured car slot. So they're all one-man turrets, and I've taken them all as veteran just to help me with that one-man turret rule. The 2 Fiats are slow, unfortunately. So that's the Italians. I'm taking the old Italian Army national characteristics from the original Allies and Axis books. So Steve's list is the one that he normally takes to events, and what we have there is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of a US infantry. They're regular, and they are rifles and a bar. He has 1 unit of engineers, which runs with a flamethrower, so that gives him his 5 units of infantry. He then has his second lieutenant and a sniper team. He runs a Chaffee and an M8 Greyhound with heavy machine gun and medium machine gun and light anti-tank, and he also runs the multiple rocket launcher. He's got the one on the truck there, but it is actually an infantry one. Steve usually does very well with his US Army, and he's quietly one of the better players in the country, I would hazard a guess to say. He's won an awful lot of one-day events, and you probably won't hear his name mentioned. So this is the table for tonight. A nice little Roman road running down the middle of the table with some farmland set off from it, and we're going to be playing Meeting Engagement was the one that we rolled up. So Steve won the dice to decide which side he was going to be on, and he is going to be playing on the right of the picture, and I'll be coming in from the left. I should imagine his choice of coming on from the right was more to do with the multiple rocket launcher, as that had a bit more line of sight to units that would be on the left. So that was what we're going to do. Dice wise, I've got 12, and I think Steve has got 9 there. Thinking on that, trying to think back to it. Yeah, probably 9. So that's it. We're going to be running the game, as I say. Some of the reports, the summaries of the turns are going to be quite loud because of the other people playing 40k. So, end of turn 1, and the Americans are coming on the far side. And you can, cool, that's just about focused in on them. Sniper's in the barn top window and has taken a shot at the officer over here. The Chaffee is coming through the wood and has taken a shot at the Fiat 3000 because he's very worried about the Fiats. Over here we've got a multiple rocket launcher hiding over, and the M18 that's come on. He took a shot trying to pin my Bursilogy, so they've taken 2 pins but not lost too many men, they've lost 1. My L640 came on, took a shot and missed the M18. M18?
Yours can fly and not shoot.
M8, putting an extra one in front. And we got the rest of the Italians taking cover behind the wood here. So got our little artillery piece over on this side. And then moving into turn 2, and there has been some developments. The Fiat 3000 took out the Chaffee, much to the astonishment of everyone. That was a good hit. However, we have lost our little truck over here, and the parachutists have bailed out. Over here, the multiple rocket launcher did miss on there, but it did hit the L640, put 3 pins on it. Fortunately, that passed its leadership test and took a shot at the M8 but missed. So they're there. The infantry are going through the woods to try and put a little bit of pressure on that flank. Not sure how much pressure there'll be. American infantry have moved up to the ruins and to the fence. That's a good word for it. And the other American infantry is pushing forward, engineers to the front, which is going to put a little bit of pressure on my little tank there. Howitzer did take a shot at Chaffee but missed, sadly, and that was a good shot on that one, but did fail. And over here, oh, where is it? It's back here on the edge board. Failed its leadership test and foobarred and run away. So, a good start to turn 2, and one was about even-ish, I think. 1 dice each. Yeah, into turn 3. And Americans are pushing up at the front. Oh, that video is not so good there. But you can see that the engineers are no longer there. They have been wiped out from a shot from the Fiat and from the section in the house. Moving this one up, trying to put a bit of pressure on, but it's not going to go very far with a run of 12 or a move of 6 over the hedge. Over here, a bit of retaliation from the American squads, and they've wiped out a paratrooper. Even though there was 2 men left on stubborn, I rolled foobar with, well, not foobar at this one, but double 6, so they've just disappeared. Pushing forward with the other paratroopers, and pushing forward over here to threaten the armoured car, which wrecked away from the L640. The multi-rocket launcher did miss all of them, which was a real bonus that time around. I thought I was going to get punished for all the units, but did lose the truck, sadly. So that's the end of turn 3. Moving into turn 4, and 2 dice apiece. Turn 4, and things are swinging to the Americans. The paratrooper unit taken out in the ruins, and also the L640 taken out by the M8. Tried to get these up and move and take a shot at the artillery piece. Got a pin on it and killed 1 guy, but that did open me up to the unit that came out of the ruins. I forgot that they were in the ruins, and they put a pin on and killed 3, I think, at that stage. The rest of the Americans are moving up to the middle. Had to put the paratroopers down on this one, but we did rally the Bursilogy. We've still got the artillery piece, but sadly he failed to hit the unit there. Just needed a 4, just. So it didn't hit them. The other American units moved up there. The sniper finally got the officer, but I managed to pass the leadership test for his mate, and he passed his leadership test and run behind the house. So he's hoping that he's fairly safe. These 2 have moved up. 1 did take a shot at the infantry unit that was out the front there, but I didn't put enough damage on it this time around with them and the unit in the building. So, into turn 5, and looking at 3-2 to the Americans on dice. Into turn 5, and a lot of action moved over onto this side of the board, with the Americans trying to kill that parachutist, but he's hanging on, passed his leadership test. Over here, I moved my officer out to try and put another pin on them, which was a bit silly, I suppose, and then got greyhounded. Over here, this unit was able to put some hurt on the Americans there. Still going forward. the multi-rocket launcher on the far side, aimed at the house, and was very fortunate, and then took out my unit here that I'd brought out. However, it was a bit of a swap, because I did take out the US unit that was in front of the ruins. These have taken a bit of punishment, and now down to three men. And my little tanks are now moving up to try and do a little bit of damage, but it may be a little bit too late for the game. And we are looking at 5 dice plays 3. So I'm still okay for Avanti, just. So we'll see how we go now, turning it into turn 6. So, end of turn 6, and a roll has been made, and there's going to be no turn 7, which is very sad, because I could have possibly taken the win, but I didn't in this one. So it's 6 dice to 3, and Steve takes the win there. And that's not normal. Yeah, it is normal. So what have we got over here? These went down because they were very cowardly. They went down in the building, very cowardly again. The people over here were down, yeah, very much cowards. So you can see these Americans. And this one went down because it failed at the leadership test. Which made it very hard for me to try and get back any points on this last game. So well played tactically to Steve. Oh, and the last bit, this could have been the whole changer of the game. The Burst of the G charged out to take on the M8, and unfortunately, although they only scored 1 hit, they needed a 6 and rolled a 5 to kill it. So, yep, game to Steve at the end there, but a bit of fun with the Italians running out. So thank you, Steve. So, a fun game, bit rusty from both of us for not playing for a little while. Couple of mistakes that I made during the game, certainly putting my officer out next to the tanks. It was a bit of a belt and braces, really, to try and cope with the one-man turrets. I probably didn't really need to do it, because the tanks are veterans and they have a leadership of 10. So I could have put my officer safe rather than allow Steve to keep popping at him with the sniper, and which he finally did. It gave Steve a dice, which is always a problem with the Italians. You don't want to give up dice because of the Avanti rule. So as soon as I am three dice below the opponent, so once I drop below 3 dice there, I get -2 to my leadership. So I've got to try and avoid giving dice up. That's why you see very few teams on my Italians. The officer and the artillery is probably about the easiest ones to take out. So, yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. And sort of turn 5, moving up my inexperienced officer. I really shouldn't have done that. I did and ah again and put him up. And so that was 2 dice. I gave up pretty easily, really. And then, of course, I forgot about the unit in the house, in the ruins, and moved up. But it was tempting to try and charge, put Steve in a position where I could possibly assault the armoured car on that right flank. Yeah, unfortunately, there was 2 turns where the run of dice went Steve's way. Went once for me earlier on, but the run of dice did help him out there. But yeah, a good tactician, and he just pushes forward the Americans. They've got good firepower on the move. They've got some good anti-tank options, and the multiple rocket launcher puts you under pressure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had a good time. It's good getting the Italians back out and learning a little bit more about them and getting back into the swing of using them. So they'll probably be coming up in a few battle reports. We're off to an event in February where I'll be using them as well. So yeah, I hope to be using them. Nearly getting to that 1,000 subscriber mark. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because the giveaway is a army, and that's going to be going up on the YouTube very shortly to show people what there is for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment as you do. I'll always answer any other comments, and best as my ability. So thank you very much for watching, and catch you next time. Take care.